About 15 years ago, Owen Cooper and John O'Brien got together people who are involved in circles of support in the Northwest to see if we could answer the question, if circles are so great, why aren't there many more of them? I was part of Fred's circle at the time and part of the group that explored that. Yet about 10 years later, nothing much had changed. With the advent of personal budgets, Max and I wrote a paper to see whether personalisation and personal budgets could make a difference in the number of circles. Max went on with his colleague Peter Crane and some other people to pull together a one-day conference on circles of support in Lancashire, and I guess that's where the thinking behind community circles really began. Max and I then invited a few more people to come and explore this question with us. How can we create circles of support at scale? We recognised that to do this, we might have to change some of the structures and some of the processes, but make sure that we didn't compromise on the principles underpinning circles of support. And that was how Community Circles was born. To test out these ideas, we worked with 6 individuals to explore whether this new way of working could really make a difference. We engaged other people with us, setting up a group site and a Facebook page, and had a presence on Twitter so we could start to explore these issues together. By the time we got to our first birthday, we were confident that these ideas were worth exploring further, and we went from a pilot of 6 people to see if we could increase the numbers and scale up this idea. We were funded by the HSA Foundation to employ an intern to work with us for a year, and also to employ 2 part-time development workers to help us move from 6 people to 20. Just before our first birthday, we met with some people through Social Care Curry from universities who were interested in exploring this with us. And in early 2014, we did our first 3-day training for Community Circles facilitators at Manchester Metropolitan University with colleagues from Salford University as well. This got us started with our first bigger cohort of Community Circles facilitators. They were matched to people living with dementia and people with disabilities at Fiona Gardens and Bruce Lodge. We were delighted to also get funding for a small-scale piece of research around community circles at the London School of Economics. A big step forward was when Alternative Futures Group funded our very first Community Circles coordinator in Rochdale, and Kath took at post. By our second birthday, we had a full-time person in place, Ross, who was our development manager. We had Kath, who was starting to see what a Community Connectors post could really do, and Helen starting to help us look at what this could mean for faith communities. And that's the first 2 years of Community Circles. And now we're going from 6 people to 20 to 50 and hopefully on to our first 100.